that is agriculture, manufacturing and services, they remain resilient. Agricultural growth has been supported by above normal southwest monsoon rainfall and better kharif sowing. Higher reservoir levels with good moisture conditions of soil augur well for the ensuing Rabi crop. Manufacturing activity is gaining on the back of improving domestic demand, lower input costs, and supportive policy environment from the government. 8 core industries output fell by 1.8% in August on a high base. Excess rainfall also dampened the production in certain sectors such as electricity, coal and cement in August. The Purchasing Managers Index, that is PMI for manufacturing at 56.5 for September remained elevated. The services sector continues to grow at a strong pace. PMI services at 57.7 in September indicates robust expansion. On the demand side, rural demand is trending upwards while urban demand continues to hold firm. Government consumption is improving. Investment activity remains buoyant with government capex rebounding from a contraction observed in the first quarter of this year. Private investment also continues to gain steam on the back of expansion in non-food bank credit, higher capacity utilization and rising investment intentions. On the external front, services exports is supporting overall growth. Looking ahead, India's growth story remains intact as its fundamental drivers, namely consumption and investment demand, are gaining momentum. Prospects of private consumption, the mainstay of aggregate demand, look bright on the back of improved agricultural outlook and rural demand. Sustained buoyancy in services would also support urban demand. Government expenditure of the center and the states is expected to pick up pace in line with the budget estimates. Investment activity would benefit from consumer and business optimism, government's continued thrust on capex, and healthy balance sheets of banks and corporates. Taking all these factors into consideration, real GDP growth for 24-25 is projected at 7.2%, with Q2 at 7%, Q3 at 7.4%, and Q4 7.4%. Real GDP growth for Q1 of next financial year, that is 25-26, is projected at 7.3%. The risks are evenly balanced. I would now like to turn to inflation. Now, as anticipated, headline inflation softened significantly in July and August, with base effect playing a major role in the month of July. Food inflation experienced a certain degree of correction during these 2 months. Considerable divergence, however, was observed within the food subgroups. Now, whatever I am saying, I have given a lot of data in the footnote of my statement, which as usual will be uploaded in the RBI website immediately after my statement is, immediately after I complete my statement. For example, I just now said that considerable divergence, however, was observed within the food subgroups. So this is backed up by the data which I have given in the footnotes. And in fact, all the statements that I am making are backed up by supportive data there in the footnotes. So those of you who are interested may like to have a look at them after it is uploaded. Now, deflation in fuel group deepened on softening electricity and LPG prices. Core inflation, on the other hand, edged up in July and August.
உடனுக்குடன் செய்திகளை தெரிந்து கொள்ள சன் நியூஸ் பெல் ஐகானை கிளிக் பண்ணுங்க.